2 generations between them, and it's Lin Shidong to serve. Quick backhand. The power inside the table. We saw it against Xiang Peng as well.
The shot that's taken the world by storm. We saw some amazing backhands from Ma Long as well. There was an amazing one against Liang Jinquan.
In the middle of the rally, the one that was the Krianga-like backhand, that full stroke.
Yeah.
Let's see, he adapts incredibly well. Ma Long finds answers.
Let love do.
That was pretty impressive. The control to do that. First point on the scoreboard for Ma Long. There's no shortage of ways for him to solve problems at the table. That's what's most impressive to me, that even when it seems like he's being outplayed in every way, he can just sort of remove a bolt or two from the player's machinery, the opponents.
Yeah.
Good rotation on this. What are you thinking?
No, I think you summed it up well yesterday, Adam. You might not have necessarily, any of the best shots in the world under your belt, but being the best player is about choosing the right time to bring them out, and that's exactly what Ma Long does.
3-2.
Yeah, it's a fine balance of many different ingredients here. With the measuring cup just right, Ma Long always sort of twisting, finding ways to wiggle, turn, and just make sure he gets through. Good variation in the push game. Lin Shidong at the first towel break. So in their head-to-head, just a reminder, Lin Shidong has never won a game against Ma Long. We had a chance to talk to Yanan just earlier, came in to visit in the commentary booth, and according to him, they've never faced in the Chinese Super League. So then this would be their real second time ever meeting.
Yeah, officially.
In any official competition, that's right. Seatbelt shot, but it comes back on the parallel. Lin Shidong with some good answers here.
Amazing anticipation and improvisation. In fact, it was a bit of a seatbelt from Ma Long.
For sure.
Whiplash from Lin Shidong. Ooh, wasn't far away, just denied by the tape there. But a handcuffing third ball attack from Ma Long.
Quality on the follow-up. Lin Shidong continuing to add that pressure. Now, had you asked me after the match against Zheng Beixun, I didn't think Ma Long would be here. Zheng Beixun was so testing, but Ma Long came back and just really adjusted and had a fresh start in the next round.
I mean, it felt like it should have at least gone to the decider, the way that Zheng Beixun was playing. And you wondered how much of the fact that he was one of the younger stars had to do with the overall result. Was Ma Long feeling the pressure of being the big bro?
The reason I bring it up is this match here, I would have favored Lin Shidong, but then the way Ma Long turned it on against Liang Jinquan yesterday, I did some reading, and Ma Long apparently, during break over the weekend, was here training and practicing his serves, and when asked, I think it was Deng Yaping who asked him, why don't you take a break? Everyone else is taking a break. He said, I don't want to lose on home soil.
Not in front of the wife and kids.
Not in front of anybody here in Beijing. Ma Long has never been shy to put in the extra work. And he knows that when he's been on top of the game 64 months, world #1, he just knows that it takes that much extra work to stay ahead because everyone's chasing you and trying to pass you by.
Won his first senior title in 2007, Ma Long. And that longevity is.
17 years later, he's here, getting 1 point to recover. 5 points down still against the young and powerful Lin Shidong. But it's 6 game points for Lin Shidong to get the first. Comebacks for me are a thing of mental maturity, among other factors, let's say. But Lin Shidong with the spin makes game 1 quite steady.
1
Good
love.
adaptation, a little improv there from Ma Long, looking to attack on the first ball and then leaning into push.
Over the table nicely, no questions asked there. Ma Long, so good against these barely attackable balls. Lunges in round the side of the table. So it wasn't a long one, by any stretch of the imagination.
1
Good step around on this. Lin Shidong, explosive in the step.
2. Leg 1 2.
Close call there. Not easy to escape this backhand in the pushing game. Wang Hao watches on here. Sort of moved up the ranks over the years. Internationally, one of very few players to have a winning record against Ma Long. Ever so slightly.
Beat him at 3 consecutive Worlds, didn't he?
Yeah, semifinals. Now, Ma Long making this move, to me, this is something he struggled with post-knee surgery in 2019. But yesterday, no problem. Even wider to the forehand, he was able to get a lot of these balls back into play. Just tucking in once again for a fresh start here. Still a 1-point lead for Ma Long. 91% the fan vote.
Leg 3 2.
Could imagine that's a lot of fans showing their love to the legend that's Ma Long as well.
Inside the table, he's strong, he's quick. Wang Chuqin watches on with Liang Jingkun. Looked like Fang Bo sitting next to him. Could only see half of the face though. That would have been cool, wouldn't be surprised.
I saw him earlier, he is here.
No way! All right, good half face recognition there. Everybody's back in town. I heard Zhou Yu's here.
2 5.
3 points in front, Ma Long on the receive, extending that lead.
Play please. 2 5.
Spin from Ma Long, making it tough for Lin Shidong to counter. Lin Gaiyuan and Zhou Qihao. Lin Shidong beating Wang Yidi and Lin Gaiyuan alongside Kwai Man in the mixed doubles final, but losing with Lin Gaiyuan in the men's doubles final.
After being 2-0 up.
6
Inside
3.
the table, Lin Shidong here using that backhand effectively once again.
Touch play from Lin Shidong. Within a point now. It's 5-2, remember, to Ma Long. In a best of 5, he may have called a timeout there, but probably not in a best of 7.
And a pancake flip returned quickly. A man well studied, Ma Long. Qin Zhijian, Li Swin on his right. Camera left there. It's a beautiful flick. Lin Shidong doing well to anticipate and not fall for anything before.
Well, that would have fooled many a player. Kind of the equivalent of a pancake on a forehand.
Yeah, yeah. Little look at the serve success here, 22%, give or take. ahead of Ma Long. Lin Shidong on his serve.
6, 8.
Ma Long looking to get in here quickly. For me, again, I thought it would be a test of stamina. I think Ma Long pushed himself to be sprinting every game, to not waste energy, meaning to make the energy count, to capture every game as quickly as possible.
Leg.
It's pretty unusual motion there from Lin Shidong.
6, 8.
Ma Long saying, let's just wait for people to calm down for a minute in the crowd.
7, 8.
Touch was stunning. It was beautifully timed. It was so backspinny, and Lin Shidong there, just keeping it tight enough, having to improvise to make it tough for Ma Long to come in with his signature stroke.
Yeah, there's variation in the touch game here. The spin game, Lin Shidong is becoming more and more varied. Makes it more difficult to play against. Good pressure, quick to that backhand. Ma Long with the open face of the racket goes deep. The drive, the footwork tested, and Ma Long puts some extra pace on that last one. Beautiful shot to win it.
The first real loop-to-loop rally we've seen between these two. Ma Long coming out on top.
Little bend on that, a little side spin to make it curve into that left shoulder of Lin Shidong, changing up everything, and it sets up 3 game points for Ma Long. Service does it, pendulum deception, and game number 2 is taken. Wasn't tested. He switched at the last moment. Doesn't that make you curious?
Very much so, because if there was a little chunk in it, then the umpire would declare it then whether it was acceptable to use or not now.
Right.
Why later?
Yeah, I'm hoping we're going to get more information on that conversation, because that's quite interesting. We saw at the World Championships how big of a deal that could be.
Yeah. I guess you're referring to the U.S. men's team, right?
Yeah, right. Versus Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
But the timing was just quite unusual. After 2 games had been played, there's obviously something we need more information on.
Yeah.
So 2 points up, Ma Long, both on receive to continue. Get the serves back on his side.
2, 1.
Again, that classic third ball from Ma Long. Lin Shidong struggling to deny it. Nice after motion, bit of deception, of course. Lin Shidong doing the right thing, trying to push it into that temptation zone, wide backhand, but Ma Long's so quick to turn that corner.
2, 3.
So just a little update. I'm sure I'm going to learn more about this shortly. It sounded like his racket was damaged in the last game, just a little bit. Showed the umpire, had to replace it. So this is the new racket, and it'll have to be tested after.
3 all.
Interesting, interesting. So 3 points apiece here, they split. It's also a reminder that these pros generally have so many rackets that they're comfortable should they need to. That's the whole point of having a spare, is that it's basically as close to the exact same as the one you were using, so that you wouldn't really notice a difference. In short, Truls Morgard played very well.
I was going to say.
3, 4.
Lin Shidong back in front here. A good start here from Ma Long. Did Ma Long take the first 3 in this game?
Just felt strange to look at the scoreboard and see Lin Shidong in front. I'm still thinking about the racket, to be honest.
Shot block, and as wide as can be, he moves back into the table for the angle. Ren Li Tsun, Shu Hai Dong, the rest of the gang there. Xu Yingbin next to him. Beautiful combination of side spins. Get ready. Okay, there's some side spin on that too, but over 8,400 revolutions per minute on that forehand. Oh, the power comes in. This is one of the fastest forehands we've seen from Ma Long this close to the table, but Lin Shidong with the racket up high sends it right back. In slow motion, it still feels like he started below the ball and is adding his own topspin.
The sweet spot of the stroke is so huge, and I mean, he's already got a low center of gravity, Lin Shidong. The fact that he doesn't even really need to pivot just adds to the intimidation factor. Such a long-term concern for everybody. Something a little bit different about him, and I wonder how many leaps the China national team has taken out of the book of others. I mean, have we seen a young player like Lin Shidong be more backhand orientated in that sense and favour it from the middle? Is this a thing that's, you know, testament to the change of the game over time?
Funny, in the women's final, we were talking about evolution of the game, but in some senses, also it's sides taking from each other. There are things to learn from the women, there are things to learn from the men. And this is something that in the women's game has been very effective throughout. Lin Shidong here, though, wider on the backhand side, getting the racket speed, but short side of the table doesn't come down, not long enough. The table, that is. Good receive here, Ma Long varying it up in the spin. Now against Xiang Peng, we saw Lin Shidong playing with good variation. This one is a very low drive, cracking shot. He would slow it down and spin it a little more. He might have to do the same out here. Ma Long moves in well to capitalize and get himself a 4-point lead. It felt like he was down. Now he was down 3-4, we remember. And what, 4-5 as well?
Yeah, I think so.
So a long string of points here. Feels like 5 in a row for Ma Long. To the face on this one, and it is 5 game points for Ma Long, a man who's got more titles than anybody in the game, and is still looking for his first ever WTT men's singles title. The reaction, Lin Shidong. Oh. Shot blocks aren't easy. Ma Long makes him look that way, so he takes the lead in his last 3 events. Back edge of the table here. Last 3 including this, so 2 before this in this event. No one has beaten Lin Shidong in singles.
Just upgraded from contender to champions and now in a smash final.
Yep, some quick upgrades here. Oh, catches the edge. Some instant table tennis karma. It comes back quickly. The exchange. Ma Long, a lot of footwork, channeling his inner Yu Sung Min.
Because he played the parallel forehand and then managed to still play a forehand from the backhand. Good control from Lin Shidong.
This felt like about an 80% from Lin Shidong. More about placement here. Try to force Ma Long to readjust.
Leg 2-1.
Ooh, what a save. A little fading side swipe there for Lin Shidong after that recovery.
Again, good control. Off the loose ball, Ma Long may have been expecting something harder over the table, but Lin Shidong brushing the ball nicely. Barely anything brushy about that, was there?
A whole lot of power behind that as he steps around and drives it to the deep corner.
Play please. 2-3. 4-3.
Tight serve, Lin Shidong steps into the lead by 1.
More acceleration from Ma Long, more of a fluid backhand counter there.
So Ma Long overtaking serve success here with 62% conversion rate whenever he serves, turns it into a point. Just about 5% in front of his opponent, Lin Shidong. It's not easy to hang with this change of pace. The depth on the table, Ma Long constantly changing it. Lin Shidong ready for the blasting forehand.
Backhand again. Seems like Lin Shidong's kind of distancing himself a little bit further from the table here. Give himself some more space and time to play these brilliant balls. Players taking their time here between points. Just that little bit more.
Break off the net here. Lin Shidong from behind the table gets the racket up. There's a quick acknowledgement of that net. Just that quick little wave. Nice block from the middle. The chase, low drive there, but the timing changed. It's tough. Ma Long raises his hands to say, come on. I need this. Rare to see him flustered, though. He knows how to let things roll off the shoulder.
It seemed like Ma Long almost had a mental block in finals against Wang Chuqin, that was. And then the way he beat Wang Chuqin in that World Cup was perhaps a little bit of a turning point for him. Went on to beat Lin Gaoyuan in the final after being 3-0, 5-1 down. So he's the reigning Asian and World Cup champion still, Ma Long, despite not having won a WTT singles series title.
Got extra pressure here to cover the middle. Ma Long within 1 and a timeout now on Lin Shidong's side. When he's here to play, he's here to win. That he does right out of the timeout, continues on.
It would make it even more dramatic if Ma Long can win an event like this after, sitting out of the world champs in Houston, not given a chance in singles to defend his Olympic title, go for the 3rd gold.
Good pace on this in the forehand counter exchange. Lin Shidong with a much needed point here to step into the lead. That turn, very quick transition.
That's so difficult to do here. And you barely got any time. I mean, you have to keep the bat high. But to still transfer weight forwards.
It is funny that he can generate so much power in a replay where we see it's not like he's swinging all the way across his body. It's just up to the forehead, looking casual as a warm-up shot. To the baseline, a surprisingly deep push from Ma Long. Fans looking to see that smash Ma Long sign. Some cool fan artwork out there.
Lin, please don't delay the match. 9-8.
Subtle warning, but clear warning, let's say. Simply a warning from VP Meta.
9 all.
Response to the serve from Lin Shidong. Wow, 9-all. Balanced on a knife edge.
Yeah, they've been back and forth quite a bit in recent history. It's a fine combination here. Ma Long looking up a little bit as if he knew better. He had an answer. He was aware of where he left himself exposed. Even if ever so slightly, he sees the game in a way that most can't. Last two-serve combination this game with Lin Shidong. And the slower spinny backhand, still a drive, yes, but more rotation on this, and Lin Shidong earns himself game point.
I was surprised to see Ma Long push again.
Saves it up the top of the net, and what felt like a sure win for Lin Shidong, Ma Long escapes this net recovery. Get ready. It's funny, in the replay it didn't look that way to me at all. I don't know what I'm misremembering. Either way, Ma Long with a good cover there in the middle.
Surprised to not see it hit the shirt on the way through. Lin Shidong obviously wasn't fully expecting that ball back.
So alternating serves from here on out until one player has a 2-point lead to take the game. Ma Long with the serve at Deuce. Rocket backhand inside the table. Lin Shidong, service-wise, last time we saw the stats, it was favoring Ma Long. Game point once again, second time here, Lin Shidong. Spin, the Chole comes out, the fire. And there he is, watched on. Bong Bo, Wang Chuqing. This extra spin. One more full stroke forehand. Man, that's a powerful backhand on its way back towards the table.
You wonder how much better or just different Ma Long is from that 2015 World Final that he played with Fang Bo.
A lot to talk about there, no doubt about. Ooh, the edge of the table here from Lin Shidong. I think we'll have to bring that up at an earlier part in the game because right now, this moment, too intense to talk about much else. Lin Shidong on the receive. A little bit more fortune, one more IOU in the pocket for Ma Long.
It's the third time in a row that Ma Long has served and Lin Shidong has won the point right off the flick. Bit of fortune there, albeit.
Gets it back, the drive. He worked so hard for the footwork in this rally to go all forehand, the fitness demonstrated. And you could feel that he was spinning safely. Watch these shots, heavy spin. Again, heavy spin. One more. Now watch him move in and blast that ball to the deep backhand corner. Took his chances, a little fortune, but it all started here with the chase. Man, hamstrings holding on. This is preparation.
The trajectory of those Lin Shidong spinny fishers was so difficult to gauge. Ma Long doing an amazing job.
Third deuce point, Ma Long looking to avoid that backhand flick on the receive. What if he went back to like 2013 Ma Long and aced him down the line on the forehand? The backhand to backhand battle, Lin Shidong earning yet another game point, his fourth one. It's interesting to me when I was mentioning that idea, just as a thought, Lin Shidong was quite centered on the table. It seemed like there wasn't really room to get it past him on the forehand unless he quickly pivoted. Parallel to step around. Hashtag Dusseldorf final points. Steve Daines and Petra Serling recognizing some excellence right here. Soft hands, quick move, and the wide stance. He's ready to come back should he need to. Shidong Jayo. A lot of young fans in the crowd. Fourth deuce.
Led 13 all.
Just reminded me when he won the game on a pendulum serve, a little bit tighter to the forehand, deceptive underspin. It's been a while since he's won a point on serve, Ma Long. No way, and it comes back wide. The backpedaling after running around. Lin Shidong on the chase, and now Ma Long, after being down and saving how many game points, earns his own, took a chance there. Very awkward ball to have to play. And while backing up, it's tough to go side to side or really plant yourself. So Ma Long on receive with a game point.
No flash.
It's down 9-10. I don't remember another game point this game. So let's call this his first game point. And Ma Long does it, steps around to set up a 3-1 lead. In red on the receive, leading 3-1 in games.
1 love.
It's been a while since we've seen a chop block come back long. Well placed into the middle, Lin Shidong.
Leg 1 love.
Trying to keep it to the baseline here, Ma Long fishing from the backhand, a little back pedal. Lin Shidong converting both of his serves. The footwork that we've seen throughout the last 2 matches from Ma Long. Saying, come on now, flash photography.
No flash, please.
I think we've been through this before.
A lot of first-time fans here, I think it's fair to say, who are just so excited. And there's so many. You're bound to get 1 or 2 who forget.
Good angle on this, the forehand. Ma Long has found that wide angle time and time again. Greatest of all time, Ma Long. Tough to argue that unless you're measuring on hairstyle or something else. Even then, he might still have it. Pretty consistent. 2015 best for me.
Yeah, the slick back.
That was cool. Clever idea. Lin Shidong not falling for it, not moving in early. Although with the racket speed Ma Long came in with that push, you'd have to imagine it was going to come long. Ooh, a bit of extra spin from that backhand.
I like it. When out of position, it seemed like he may have been out of position. Lin Shidong had the more favourable position at the table. Ma Long playing with slower spin. Because, of course, if he plays with power, it's too easy for Lin Shidong then to just use it, put it to the open space.
Yeah, we've seen it on multiple occasions. Lin Shidong doing something similar here to guide it back. Say, take that expensive stroke. Let's see it. Make your move, and I'll try to pin you a little bit wider on the backhand. Which events are the toughest to win is an interesting conversation. People often say outside of the Chinese national games, come up every 4 years, which is essentially, I don't know, 128, I forgot how many they have, but Chinese national team and trying to become national team players. Outside of that, internationally, the World Championships, China can send 5, their best 5. Did you get a final count on how many Chinese men were here?
I did. 16.
Jeez.
16 from qualification and main draw.
Ma Long,
Unbelievable.
you're delaying the match. 3-4.
You're delaying the match is the type of language you would hear when a yellow card is awarded. Didn't sound like a warning, but no card. Oh, the thing I said I'd mention earlier, at 10-8, the towel break yesterday. Remember there was a shout from the crowd? Oh, you might not have been, you weren't on comms for that. There was a shout from the coaching staff. Ma Long said it's 10-8. He had 10-6, 2 points scored against him. He went for a towel break because Liang Jingquin didn't go. It was confusing. So then the coach from the Chinese team shouted out, it's 10-8. Like he has a towel break, and Ma Long called the timeout quickly because he didn't want to be thinking about it. Very clever play. Good catch by the fans. Thank you for the details and the support. Ooh, after a soft-handed receive like that, Ma Long still had to deal with a tough shot. Lin Shidong placing it well to that deep backhand corner.
Haven't seen it with quite that impact in a while. No answer from Ma Long.
Ooh, back edge here to set up a 6-point lead at the second towel break. Lin Shidong with the type of score line that you would imagine he'd be able to secure it. A player of his caliber is not going to feel a panic the way, say, someone outside of the top 10 or off the Chinese national team might against Ma Long. It's this feeling of, I can't believe I'm here. I'm 6 ahead of the greatest of all time. Lin Shidong won't have that feeling.
10-3.
And that's going to keep him calm. He sets up 7 game points to get his second game on the scoreboard. Ooh, soft flick. We saw one more push for me on both sides than I expected.
Yeah, me too. Put away in such cavalier fashion there from Ma Long. I'm sure the scoreboard having an effect on the way that rally panned out.
Yeah, a little bit of calm there. Sometimes rock bottom, what feels that way, can help calm you. Chop block carries wide, and Lin Shidong with the most dominant game we've seen. So tucked in and ready to go. He's got a 3-2 lead. The pace out here. We've seen some interesting rallies, but this is the first of its kind in this match.
Last one there, that extra lunge in from Lin Shidong. In the flow state there.
Leg low 1.
It's funny, the first time in a while we'd seen a replay without the trace behind to show the arc of the ball. It's funny how quickly the brain adapts and gets used to something. A lot to control here. Lin Shidong, a man on a mission, takes both of the first 2 points against Ma Long's serve. Things continue this way. We're going to have some very different service success percentages during this match. You can imagine the change already. Oh, man. Long serve to the baseline in the backhand with no hesitation the other way. Some serious momentum here as Lin Shidong takes 12 of the last 16 points. Doesn't miss by much.
No, not at all. Nice touch initially from Ma Long there with the backhand side. For the most part, he'll try and trap the spin on a serve with the forehand, even if it's drifting towards the backhand territory.
Leg. Leg.
Yellow card for Lin Shidong.
1-3.
You'd have to imagine that was for delaying, staying away from the table a little bit long. They both had their warnings. Now, what does that mean? Well, if you're newer to table tennis, a yellow card is a warning. If you get a second yellow card, they present a yellow and a red, and it costs you a point. Should it happen again, it would cost you 2 points.
And if it was 0-0 when that happened, would your opponent just get a point?
A yellow-red?
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
You lose out on your serve. Or receive, whatever the point was. 3 points apiece here. Ma Long looking to take it in this game. Lin Shidong must win it in the 7th if he's going to do it. Lin Shidong has been a very quickly improving player, a fast rising star. Remember, he hasn't been beaten in this event nor the 2 events before. With shots like this, you can understand why he's able to turn from soft and spinny or even a push or a block to one of the most powerful shots in the world, just in the blink of an eye. Spin again, but deeper into the backhand, testing the step around of Ma Long.
He's done well here, Lin Shidong, because he won the first 3 points. Ma Long won the next 3. If he had another timeout, he may have called it. But 2 in a row on serve.
There's this fine balance right now with Lin Shidong where he's inside the table for one, comes right back and spins it, but not in a panic mode, gives it again. Something between 75 and 80%, just a spin shot, steady. This was tough. With the placement on this ball, Lin Shidong baits Ma Long into stepping around. And when he does, it creates the opening on the other side. From down low, good timing by Lin Shidong to capitalize. Look at that, just above table height. Lin Shidong with the elbow up, covers the middle well.
His backhand has been untouchable basically here for Ma Long.
Right now, Ma Long is in thinking mode. You can see it. That wheel is spinning right now, processing everything.
Oh, he's shuffling the deck, but that seemed like a little bit of a snatch.
I think I know what you mean. 6 points between them here, but the body language of Ma Long. Again, it's rare to see him do something like this. The body language, I don't know. Dima in the final game, I heard that he later mentioned that he had the flu, confirmed that there was something out of the ordinary, but Ma Long's body language right now. One of the things that's most inspiring, one of the factors, one of his qualities, is that he never gives up mentally. He's always searching for a way to just disassemble the opponent, to find his way through. Last game, 11-4, Lin Shidong. Similar scoreline here. 6 game points to come into game number 7, the decider, with more momentum than I can recall seeing someone in games 5 and 6. That was cute. The placement was right. Ma Long under pressure just sort of taps it out of reach.
We like it, we like it.
Break there off the net. In the replay, you're like, he's going to the backhand, going to the backhand, going to the back. Nope, it's the forehand. Even in slow-mo, tough to tell. And the brushing, bending backhand, 11-5. The way Lin Shidong is playing, it's not going to be easy. A little bit off the net, but that backhand had a freedom like we saw against Liang Jingquin deep in the match.
Correct. The Dragon spreading his wings in the first point here. You wonder as well how much Lin Shidong's thinking about this. I mean, you never know when Ma Long's going to close the book. And Lin Shidong will have been, even younger, obviously when he was watching Ma Long do what he did.
Oh, it turns the corner, and Ma Long with a bit of magic covers and closes on the cross court for the win.
Iconic, timeless, turned and burned.
Gotta love it, rotisserie Lin Shidong. Both points taken on the receive. Serve now. Back. Ma Long. He's in his head. Ma Long has found some answers And those smiles that you see there, they've been watching the game a long, long time. What is greatness? How do you measure it? There are titles, and then there are times where you look at someone and you think, how on earth would I coach someone through this moment? What could I possibly say to find an answer against those last 2 games we saw out of Lin Shidong? But Ma Long here, just the start, but a flawless start. Incredible rally, Lin Shidong coming out on top, but it wasn't easy. I think everyone thought the rally would have been over when Ma Long puts his head down here.
Did well to get back that reaching forehand, Lin Shidong. A lot of people say, well, if Ma Long wasn't who he was, there would have been another Ma Long, another player who would have achieved what he had. But the truth is, that didn't happen. He's not replaceable at all.
And he's got another 3-point lead here. Looking for answers. Remember, this is it. Both players on the same quest right here to figure out what it will take to shut down the opponent, to get the final shot in the rally, whether it's a push, a block, or the most powerful shot you've seen, anything in between. Shot block, a wicked shot block with a lot of backswing, and Ma Long giving the fans a lot to cheer about here. They will switch sides with Ma Long up 5-1. Again, if you had asked me, Liang Qingqun would have been the tough battle to get through, the hurdle, the semifinals, and he passed with flying colors, not dropping a game. Lin Shidong, incredibly fast rising and improving. We saw him against Wang Chuqin in Macau, and continuing on to win in the final. They've switched now, serves back with Ma Long up by 4. Oh, the break off the top of the net, it comes back. Ma Long had a little bit of fortune earlier in this game. Lin Shidong will take it, he'll accept, cashing in an IOU here and now.
He looks remarkably calm here, the 19-year-old.
People often ask about cardio and training. Ma Long, after that rally, takes a deep breath or two, but still doesn't look bothered by a point that took so much footwork. Ooh, well now. Is this tension? Is it nerves? Is it related to simply the amount of exhaustion from the point before? Lin Shidong sneaks one past in a way that's a little bit out of character. Warnings about the flash. He's trying to stay loose in that arm here, make sure that muscles don't get too tight or tense. Pressure builds as Lin Shidong takes both points on receive and gets the serves back.
Interesting here. Wrong foot, Ma Long with a nice fade there, Lin Shidong.
No timeout called, Ma Long. Still up by 1. 3 in a row from down 1-5. Short side of the table, takes the chance, leaves the back door open, the forehand side, the nerves in the room.
Look at Wang Hao.
We've had some reactions from him, but if this comes down, it's trouble. It's funny, as commentators, we generally stay quite neutral. I'm sort of curious what Wang Hao would want right now, what he's thinking. Regardless of what he wants, I think he knows that that was dangerously close to being 5-5. Bit of extra effort, the grunt after the long serve, and a 3-point lead. Ma Long digging into that extra tank that doesn't show up on the dashboard there.
Right, please. No flags. 7-4.
Drying his hands on the table. For a guy with a fresh shirt, he's probably soaked right now. Big one, missed the push. I want to see Lin Shidong again in this rally. Take a look here. Soft touch. Goes for the backhand. Tries to hit that backhand corner.
I think the fact that Ma Long didn't cut under the ball, but kind of lofted it a little bit more, threw off Lin Shidong there.
That's how I feel, that it brought some question into it. What do I have to do to adjust to the lack of spin on this ball? 4 serving 8. No hesitation on this. The Lin Shidong we've seen for the last several events in a row coming out for that point.
Nice backhand touch from Lin Shidong there to set this up, but still dismissive power.
What a response. Again, long serve, not a bad receive for Ma Long. The difference is when you're serving long, you know that it's going to come back fast and long. And if not, you've got time to react. So Lin Shidong using that serve very well to make it a 2-point game. The last 2 in a row converting both of his serves. Ma Long making sure those hands are extra dry.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Quiet, please.
Could you imagine if they're like, well, Ma Long's point, it didn't come down on the right side? Now, Ma Long obviously stopping himself after hearing a bunch of conversation come up in the crowd in a tense moment right before contact. Long serve of his own. Lin Shidong with 3 points. No timeout now. I'm looking down at the court just to watch Ma Long. From 5-1 to 5-4, he didn't. From 8-4 to 8-7, he hasn't. Big second serve here. 19 years a pro versus a 19-year-old human being. And it carries long. Lin Shidong wins 4 straight points to get the serves back.
Oh my word. I can't watch Adam. I cannot watch this.
This is incredible. Remember, the decider, Ma Long. Look at the points won on serve here. 6.5% more successful. Lin Shidong, which should favor him in these next 2 points. And the backhand, 5 in a row. There's been respect, no doubt about it. The last 2 battles that Ma Long won, he said he was the underdog by world ranking, and mentally he had to be. He started this game with 8 of the first 12 points. But the last 5, Lin Shidong has managed to claw his way back. And the open forehand side, once again, Lin Shidong with 6 in a row, has 2 championship points. We don't know what is going to happen after this match. But that is the most open. It's almost shocking in the replay. It's right to the line, but even if it was a foot inside the line, Ma Long wasn't there. 2 championship points for Lin Shidong, and Ma Long with the serves should he win the first. Sky lob comes down deep. Oh, and he wins it on a lob! Lin Shidong has done the unthinkable. He came back from down 4-8, and that is the biggest smile after a loss that I have ever seen out of Ma Long.